But first, more Arizonans tested positive for COVID this month than any other during the pandemic. We know more than 413,000 people in our state tested positive so far.
Just today, we added more than 15,000 new cases, but COVID-related deaths have actually dropped this month compared to last January. Michael Raimondi is in the studio with us, showing us some of the numbers. Hey, Michael.
Hey, it is interesting to take a look at what we're about to show you here. Now, this shows COVID cases for our state. And so far this month, more than 413,000 people tested positive for COVID-19. You can see that by this bar on the graph right there. That is more than double the amount of any other month during the pandemic. Now, until now, the highest case count was in December of 2020, right when vaccinations started being administered. So now let's take a look at the deaths. You can see the graph completely flipped here. 824 people died in Arizona this month. You see the bar is much shorter than the cases. Now, the case fatality ratio this month is obviously a lot lower than previous months. You can see right here. It's a good trend, but health experts say we are not done with the impacts from COVID just yet. Record high COVID cases in Arizona this month.
It creates a perfect breeding ground.
With January coming to a close, health experts say we've hit our peak. Cases should start falling, but the pandemic is not over just yet.
That has been challenging psychologically, emotionally for healthcare workers.
Dr. Shad Marvasti says hospitals are overwhelmed right now. Although fewer people are dying from COVID, people are still getting sick, which is preventing other procedures from happening.
Someone who needs a surgery like a knee replaced, you're not getting that done. Just the worst that it has ever been since this pandemic started.
As of Saturday, more than 413,000 people in Arizona reported a positive COVID case in January. Dr. Marvasti says they knew Omicron was contagious and believes mask mandates could have prevented so many people from getting sick.
They didn't have to be so high so quickly as to overwhelm our healthcare system.
However, all these infections are pushing us closer to the end of the pandemic.
By late February, and for sure by March, every new infection is either going to be a breakthrough case from a vaccinated person or a reinfection.
But the next couple of weeks could be rough for healthcare centers. Executive Director of the Arizona Public Health Association, Will Humble, says hospitalizations will keep increasing for the next 10 days before things get better.
That it will become progressively less lethal and bad outcomes will be fewer and further between.
Now, Humble says deaths are expected to peak in mid-February, but it will not come close to the record high we saw last year. Again, health experts say getting vaccinated is your best defense against severe illness and hospitalization.